Hey, good morning, everybody. We have a treat for you today. We are not in studio, as you might be able to tell.
This is nicer than our studio.
It really is. Lisa and Mike, and we are with the chief. I want to call you head chief. I want to call you head cheese. Music director of the Windsor Symphony Orchestra, Robert Franz, and it's so great to have you with us. It's great that you could actually host us on your turf.
Well, welcome to our home, this beautiful Capitol Theater. We love it here, and we're so happy to have you here.
All right, Michael. We're going to have fun today. I'm really looking forward to this. There are a lot of things. I know he does. Are you nervous?
I'm a little shaky, so I don't know if that's going to interrupt what we're going to do here in just a second, but I'll try to calm my nerves a little bit, okay?
Breathe, 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 breathe. Before we get to our little surprise that we're going to do here, why don't we talk a little bit about the Windsor Symphony Orchestra? You have been a mainstay in this community for quite some time and so successful compared to other communities with orchestras this size, correct?
Yeah, our orchestra is nearly 75 years old, and we perform over 100 concerts a year. And one of the special things about the Windsor Symphony is not only how incredibly talented the musicians are, but this theater, the Capitol Theater, which is, by the way, next year going to celebrate its 100th anniversary, is our home. And we do most of our concerts here, and we love being here. It's really a special place.
We're really lucky as a community to have the symphony that we do. And this is Monday today, and tomorrow is going to be a big announcement. You're going to be talking about the next season.
That's right. So tomorrow what happens is we announce all of the pieces and all of the guest artists and all of the concert dates for our 2020-2021 concert season. And so our seasons run like a school year from September through May, and we usually announce them this time of year so that people can get their tickets early and get set up and get ready to go.
So you will announce all of the special things that you're bringing, and it's amazing to me that you plan it so far in advance, but I guess it's like fashion, right, Mike?
Yes, Lisa.
You plan the next year, right? If it's spring, you're planning winter. You get it?
And I think of it like sports, right? Like you had your spring training, and now you're getting into the season. Now, how many dates or concerts or events are you going to have here at the Capitol?
So we do 14 weeks of what we call main stage concerts. Those are our Masterworks and Pops concerts. And then we do other types of concerts throughout the year. And then we do a number of concerts throughout the community. So I would say we're probably in the hall here 20 or 22 weeks a year, and then out in the community for the rest of our season.
One thing I really enjoyed that's very unique, I don't know if they do it in other communities, but there's an opportunity for people to come and actually sit on stage with the symphony. You're up close and you're personal, and you have a little cocktail. And what I loved when I came in and witnessed that was that you were able to explain to the audience sitting on the stage exactly what was going on, and you take questions too.
Well, it's all about breaking down that wall, right? I think the thing about classical music is that a lot of people think, oh, that's something for somebody else, or I don't fit in, or I don't belong. And the truth is that it's super, like, all these pieces were written by composers who were just normal people who wanted to express themselves. And so sharing with the audience, like you on that concert day, kind of what the composer was thinking, how they put it together, and then just how we put it together as musicians, I think is really not only interesting, but it breaks down that wall, and it makes it something that's achievable and doable for everybody.
All right, so tomorrow's going to be a big day. Any sneak peeks as to what you're going to be announcing?
I can't say.
You can't
But
say.
if you come tomorrow at 11 a.m. to the Capitol Theater, you are welcome to come because it is an open event, or watch us on Facebook Live. You can see or hear or find out a lot of what we're going to be offering tomorrow, but I can't say a word today.
But there's something for everybody, right?
Absolutely something for everybody. There are all kinds of concerts. We have concerts that are for children. We have concerts that are not for non-children. We have all sorts of music.
You're a non-child, I think.
I believe so. Now, when you go and sit down and pick what you're going to do for the different shows throughout the year, do you say, okay, that worked last year, the audience loved this show, we're going to keep it exactly the way it is? This show, maybe we're going to throw it out, put something new. Do you sit down with a notebook and decide what the concerts are going to be?
You know what? We actually do look at what worked really well and what didn't from an artistic standpoint, from a ticket sales standpoint. We never repeat things other than the Messiah every year. but we do sort of keep things in a sort of a similar mode. So for instance, we just performed Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly. Our audiences love these grand operas, and we know that we'll do one in 2 years. We do one every other year. We also have involved St. Clair College music theater department students just this past week in music of Lion King and Aladdin. Our audiences loved it. The kids were amazing, just incredible. So we will feature them next year on a Pops concert for sure. So we do look at similar items, but we like to try to change it up so people feel like, oh, there's something new and interesting.
Okay, that's great. I can't wait for tomorrow. We'll listen in on that for sure. Now, here's the surprise. Mike, I know you said you always wanted to learn how to conduct an orchestra. That seems something that you said, how difficult can it be? I mean, you just get up there and wave your arms.
It's super easy, Lisa. It really is. It's super easy.
Can you teach this guy?
I can teach him, yep.
If you can teach me, you can teach anyone. Now, do people refer to you as the maestro, like on the Seinfeld episode?
They do. Actually, yes. So usually what happens is when I walk backstage, people address the conductor as maestro. It's just sort of, it's like when you go to a hospital, you don't say, hey, Fred, will you take out my gallbladder? And so we have a similar sort of process here at the Capitol.
Do you get it?
Yeah, like so backstage, and when you're in your full symphony wardrobe, you become the maestro? Like over here, you're Rob or Robert, but now you become the maestro.
No, I stay Robert the whole time. Maestro is just a title. It's not that big of a deal.
And you're so great to watch, I have to say. It really, I become fixated on you and your movement. It's almost like a dance that you do.
Yeah, it really is. So there's a certain amount of physicality that you have to do to elicit or to evoke the sound out of an orchestra, which I can teach you here in just a few seconds. You ready? You look ready.
I think I'm ready. Just one more question. Okay, to become the maestro, what happens? Do you start at the back playing the trombone or the triangle or whatever, the sticks, and then you graduate eventually up, and then eventually you're at the front of the stage and you are now the guy in charge?
So it's interesting. Actually, I started out as an oboist. I started out in grade 6 as an oboist, and I went to university and I studied oboe, and I have a degree in oboe performance. But about halfway through that degree, I decided I want to try this conducting thing just to see what it's like. And I stood up on the podium the first day and I fell in love with it. So then I began the process of studying conducting. So I did a master's degree in conducting. And then once I finished that degree, I had no hope of getting a job, because in this business, you have to have experience to get a job and a job to get experience. So I started my own orchestra. I did this job. I had 7 part-time jobs when I got out of university. And then eventually, I kept trying, and I won my first job as assistant conductor of the Louisville Orchestra in Kentucky. And then it sort of went, one thing led to another. And in 2013, the Windsor Symphony Orchestra hired me.
Ta-da!
What a story. That's great.
All right, where do we begin here? I'm going to get out of the way on this side
Okay.
and see what we can get accomplished here.
First of all, do you know what this is called?
A chopstick. That's,
Yes, it is. It is. Well, it would be a chopstick if
or
there
a
were
big
two.
Q-tip.
Right. It's So it's actually called a baton.
But okay, I didn't know that actually.
And
yeah.
so I've got 2 of them here so that I can use one and you can use one. But I'm going to show you, first of all, it's very complicated how you hold it. So let me show you. There's 3 steps, okay?
3 steps.
Yeah,
okay.
3 steps.
It's like gripping a golf club.
Kind of. Put
Okay.
out your right hand.
Okay.
I put the baton in your hand.
Okay.
You close your hand.
Yep.
And you've done it. Let's try it again.
Oh,
just to make sure we
that's
got
not
it right.
that difficult.
Right.
Okay.
Open
the hand.
Put it in.
Put it in. Close the
it.
hand.
Boom, you're
Okay.
a conductor. See, now you look like a conductor. You're done.
I feel like a
You've done it.
conductor. Yes.
Right,
I'm wearing
okay.
a white shirt
Okay.
even.
So now, the other thing about conducting that's really important is that it's kind of like flying a jumbo jet. It's all about getting off the ground and landing again. When you're in the air, you can usually just like relax a little bit, but if you can get things started without a disaster happening,
You don't
then
want
you're
that.
in really good shape.
Okay.
Right? So the very basic idea of conducting is this. You start at a tabletop, boom,
Okay.
and then you go, boom, and you come right back to where you started.
Oh, that's how you start.
Boom,
I thought you did this.
boom. No.
No,
We
that's a
only-
no-no?
We only do that in Bugs
Did I
Bunny.
scratch your baton?
And it's, well, you scratched it. And the other issue is that it's a little bit obnoxious.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess
right,
it would be.
right. So we
It's
don't
like
really do
rude,
that.
right?
It's,
Like,
it's
hey.
very rude, right? So you start on a plane,
Okay.
and boom. And then what you're going to hear when we get with the orchestra in just a few minutes is bum, 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 bum.
I
And
know that one.
basically every beat that you give happens with the baton. Now, there's a pattern that we're going to draw to create this. So this is what we call the 4 pattern.
The 4. Okay.
Yes, it's this. Almost. It's not a square. Watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Listen.
down, left, right, up. Down, left, right, up. Or floor, door, window, ceiling. Floor, door, window.
I like the first one
ceiling.
better.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Down,
think
left,
so.
right, up?
Yeah, I think so.
You can use either.
Wait,
It's really
yeah,
fun
okay, I gotta
because they're
decide. What kind of
internalized.
conductor
You
will
can
I
use
use?
either one.
Okay.
And down, left, right, up.
Do you go back to here and
I
then
do
up?
a little scoop. Yes, I do a little scoopy thing. It's kind of
noticed
like
that.
fancy, right?
Yes,
Right. So,
yes.
ready? So down, left, right, scoop, up. Excellent.
All
That's
right.
the
Now,
dance part.
that's the whole dance part. Now we got to get the speed right, right? So it's
Oh,
not
the tempo,
pum,
the speed. Yeah.
pum, pum. It's pum, 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 pum,
Oh
pum,
my
pum,
God.
pum.
Now-
I know.
now I'm lost.
I know.
Now I'm lost.
No.
Focus, focus.
Right back to the beginning. Ready? So
Okay.
down, left, right, up. Down, left, right, up. Down, left, right, up. Down, left, right, up, down.
Now it's like Star Wars.
And
We
this
got our
is-
lightsabers
This is
out.
why we only have one conductor at a time. by
Well,
the way.
that's a good idea.
That
yeah.
way nobody gets hurt.
Is there a co-conductor just in case you can't perform your duties, you get sick? Does somebody?
Do you know what we do? There
Yeah.
is. We have an assistant conductor. His name is Daniel Wiley, and he's exactly here for that reason. Among many other things, if something happens to me, he steps up on the stage and boom goes. The show must go on.
Yeah, like what if you hurt your thumb or something? You can't do this.
Right.
You
Get
can't
a little
do the
carpal
down,
tunnel or
left,
something.
right,
Yeah,
up.
exactly. That's it. You're now a conductor. You've
Wow.
learned all the skills that are necessary.
I'm so nervous for him.
I'm nervous what the music's going to sound like when I am conducting.
Practice.
Okay, so start here.
Yeah.
Down,
Left, right, up.
So this is like my first down,
Down.
is
Downbeat.
the
called.
okay, but like how do I begin again? Now
You
that
start
I've lost
down.
that, you start down and then
Breathe.
you go up,
Down.
and then you return,
Yes.
and then go left,
Yes.
right, up.
Yep. So
Okay.
down, left, right, up. Down. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Lisa, also, I don't know what pieces. What pieces? Do you
Anything
think
by Huey Lewis
Mike should
in
conduct here? Well, maybe this piece here by Mozart.
I know Mozart. Is this one I
That
know?
would be familiar to Mike?
Oh,
It
sorry.
is very familiar.
Okay,
It's familiar to everybody.
Okay, good.
Oh, that's good too.
The
then.
name might not be though, Mike, huh?
How
No,
do you say
I
it?
couldn't even pronounce this. El Klein or something. Nachubichuich.
Or
Yes. the
or
proper way.
alternatively,
Yes.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik,
That too. Yeah,
which
that sounds
just
better.
means
yeah.
a little night music.
Oh, so this is the name of the song?
That is the name of the piece of music, and it was
Okay.
intended to be played at a party at night.
Oh.
Otherwise, it'd be Eine kleine Morgenmusik.
Oh.
And it's not Morgan music, it's Nachtmusik.
No.
And it's by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Heard of that guy? Now, what's all this? These
So
other letters on
what
here?
this means is it says that it's a serenade, which is a
Okay.
piece with multiple movements, multiple parts in G major.
Oh, the Dur is
Is
major.
in German. And then it's for 2 violins, viola, and cello with contrabass, which is the big bass, the stand-up bass.
Is there an English version of this I can look at?
There is not.
No,
One of the
okay.
cool things about being in
Yeah,
music
left,
is that we actually interact with German and Italian and French and English on a regular basis.
And is that part of your schooling?
It is part of our schooling, and it's part of so since Mozart was from Austria, everything that he thought was in German, and so he put all of the directions in the scores in German.
Every
most of
good boy deserves
That's
fudge,
exactly
Yeah,
right,
Okay.
but
I
in
do remember
German.
that from grade 7 music class.
I'm shocked, actually. All right. So what will Mike be doing then as far as tempo and getting things
So
going?
what Mike is going to do, and this is the most important thing, Mike, is you're going to start them.
Up.
Bum, 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 and they're going to go. And then you're going to follow along, and you're going to be like, yeah,
This is
baby,
gonna be
this is
the-
me doing it.
No,
I
the
am
tempo
doing it.
thing is
And
gonna
as
be
he's
hard.
following along,
Yes.
will he be doing the
The down, left, right,
Okay,
up,
okay.
Like,
down.
just keep doing that over and
right,
over again?
Over and over again. You know, there are only actually 3 patterns in all of the conducting that I do in every piece. Everything is a variation on 3 patterns. And I actually taught you the most complex one. So now going backwards, everything's
easy
going to be
peasy
easier.
now.
Right? Do you want to know the other 2?
No, I don't think I do
okay,
because
well,
by the
fine.
time we
Hey,
get
listen,
in front of the
you
orchestra,
know what?
I'm going to forget down, left, right, up.
So floor, door, window, ceiling.
Floor, door, windows
window,
over there, and the ceiling's
ceiling.
up there. Okay.
Right, you see?
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Right.
like that.
I'm excited.
I want to get one of these. They have Amazon. You can go on Amazon.
You totally can.
Yeah.
These batons are made by a company called Mollard, Mollard, and they're awesome. And I buy all of mine there.
Ah, Lisa, read the weather. Snow.
We've created a monster.
Oh, this would be
we have.
great.
Okay, the next time you see us, which will just be momentarily, we are going to be watching Mike conduct. Yeah.
The Windsor Symphony Orchestra making his debut with the Windsor
Yeah.
Symphony Orchestra.
But
It's a big deal.
yeah, it is. I've never done this before.
All
This
right.
is very exciting.
Get ready. It's up next.
Here we go.
Thank